The Seth Rogen produced Good Boys movie is along the veins of Superbad and American Pie. It is raunchy, it is laugh out loud, and it probably will have you thinking, I'm so glad I'm no longer in middle school. Today we have with us radio personality Dave Rios. Dave, I want to thank you for being on the show with the Real Screeners.
My pleasure, Lenny.
How you doing, Mr. Dave?
Doing great, sir. Thanks for having me.
And let's not forget about our hot giveaways, and for that I'm going to hand over our prizes to Dave and he will tell you about them.
These are cool Funko Pops. Your choice of either Wayne's World or Deadpool's Domino. Don't forget to comment down below and tell us what you think about this Real Screeners review.
The creators of Superbad have thrown together Good Boys. This film is directed by Gene Stupnitsky and it stars Jacob Tremblay, Molly Gordon, Keith L. Williams, and Brady Noon.
So Good Boys is a hilarious, raunchy movie that, yeah, the writing may have been a little bit lazy, but it was laugh out loud for me the entire way.
That's right. So basically what we have in this movie are three boys who are trying to get to this party, right? Because they're obsessed with like getting their first kiss, right? And
well, one of them is the main character.
One of them is, right? And then they go on this wild adventure involving drugs and a drone, and these girls start to chase them around the city.
They're hunted by the girls.
Right.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yes, and so, yeah, definitely, this is a movie that at first is kind of like a messy...
Time out. If I was a 5th grader and the 6th grader, first of all, those hot girls chasing me, I'd be like, okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. But either way, you know, the way that the characters go down with these girls and these three boys and, you know, say no to drugs and just your innocent type of 6th grade, 5th grade type of, you know, I could kind of relate, but not really. But again, this is why we're here for, right?
Right, yeah. And I think that you made a good point. Like, you would go chasing after the girls, right? That's kind of like one of the few redeeming qualities about this movie is that at least you get, you know, some difference in the characterization of these three boys.
Right,
because one of them is like more into girls and the other one's like not quite ready for that yet. He's kind of like, not, you know, he's more into video games or whatever at this point.
Yeah, and then you have the other boy who is dealing with his own inner demons, right? Sippy Cup.
Yeah. He was a funny character.
Yeah, we won't tell you what he had to deal with, but it was pretty funny throughout the movie.
Yeah, but you know, when this movie started, it was just like a mosh pit of a bunch of like raunchy scenes that had no like congruency, like no.
I love that word mosh pit because it really is a good visual for what they did in this movie. I mean, there is nothing really that you're following along other than just all these shocking scenes. You're like, oh my God, how do 12-year-olds know this? You know, you talk about kids who are using terms and expressions that they've heard adults use, but they don't quite know how to use them.
What they mean, exactly, and they encounter objects that are adult objects.
That's right. You know,
and they think that they're meant to be used in this manner, but they're not actually meant for that usage.
Especially one kid's parents has a lot of things in their house that he says, oh, we can use that for this, but that's not what it's for.
There are definitely some funny scenes in this movie, and you will laugh out loud, but there is really no plot, and that's unfortunate because they have some good ideas in this movie, but there's no story, you know, and so there's...
Guys, what's our plot when we're in 5th grade transitioning to 6th grade?
Right.
I mean, seriously.
That's true.
It's not like we have a goal. When I get into 6th grade, I have no idea.
This is the narrative of my life right now.
You know, I found relatability with one of the characters. The boy that's interested in girls.
Right.
One out of 3 is interested in girls, and I can relate to that guy. But the other 2, I can see some of my friends relating to.
Now, as far as relatability, I can relate at least to being 12 years old and life in so many aspects of life and older kid-isms being a mystery. These kids, I mean, they're going in all these different situations. They're not sure how to handle it. They're also super paranoid with everything they do, no matter where they go. I remember there were some things I did I'm not too proud of when I was a little kid, and I did it, and I was super paranoid. That person's seeing me. That person's watching me. And you totally get that in this movie.
You know, I just didn't really buy into this movie, you know, like Superbad I thought was better, and American Pie, there are definitely some better raunchy comedies out there about coming of age.
Suspend your disbelief in this movie a little bit.
And you know, the actors were okay, you know, and that's all I can say. They dropped the F-bomb like left and right, you know, and it was kind of like shock value after shock value, but...
There is a lot of F-bombs in here, most definitely.
Not a kids movie, just
not a kids movie. Yeah, it's not like Sausage Party where it was a cartoon and parents took their kids to go watch it. So
Right, which I enjoyed, by the way. I liked Sausage Party, but
I think we've spoken a lot about this movie. Obviously, you know, it's really light on plot and themes, really heavy on laughter. Let's go ahead and do our real ratings. So I'll go ahead and start off. I would give this movie.
this is worse than The Nun.
I'm gonna get because of the laugh factor. 2.5 reels. That's the only reason why I'm not giving it 2, because you will laugh.
I would say that that's fair. I would say that that's a
and it's
fair
for
rating.
home viewing, by the way.
You know what? I'm gonna second that rating. I was teetering between 2 and 2.5, but you convinced me by saying the laugh factor.
okay.
You know, the laugh factor. But honestly, I wouldn't watch this movie again. I would watch Superbad again, but I wouldn't watch
That's
this
true,
necessarily again. Personally.
How about you, dude?
So 2.5. That gives it a 5 reel rating.
Okay. In some alternate universe.
In some alternate universe. No, I'm gonna say that that was a really good movie in the sense of the characters, how it took place. The producer was really trying to reach out to those flashback memories, and I know that I was interrupting him during the movie, going, you know, whatever. And my bad, but 2.5 reels.
So
We all agree.
But as far as viewing, would you say it's not worth viewing? Would you say it's home viewing, a theater movie, or an instant classic?
Wait for the dollar theater.
There you go.
Wait for the dollar theater.
Get the movie experience, but go for the dollar theater.
Or if you want a few laughs on, you know, a Friday night at home, then watch it on Netflix or watch it on Amazon, whatever.
Okay. And that wraps up our real take on the movie Good Boys. Again, we'd like to thank Dave Reels for being on our show. Thanks, Dave.
My pleasure.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for having me,
Mr.
guys. My pleasure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Make sure to check us out on social media. On Facebook, we're at Real Screeners. On Instagram, we are at real.screeners.
And if you like our videos, please do not forget to hit that subscribe and bell button.
Hey, and don't forget to comment down below for your chance to win one of these Funko Pops.
And please tune in next time for some more real takes on movies.
Bring her in, bring her in. There you go. Someone's a pro. It attacked us. The Seth Rogen produced Good Boys movie is...
This film is directed by Gene
Stupnitsky. These Funk Pops, your choice of Funko.
Don't fake the funk in the Funko Pops, bro.
Funk Pops, one of 2. Funk Pops. Funko. I'll tell you what, we're gonna cut it really short and say don't watch it. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's
All
it.
right.
The end of the day.
Peace.
Gene